video, we're going to focus on the water element. The water element is that element that connects you with that sense of fluidity, creativity, and sensuality in life. It's like a river flowing gently along its path, allowing you to flow with whatever life offers you. So, in keeping with whatever life offers you, I'm going to offer you a mudra. A mudra is just a hand gesture that can help to channel the energy. So the particular hand gesture I'll offer you that connects with the water element is Jala mudra. So the pinky finger and the thumb are touching, and you can allow the hands to rest on your lap. You're in whatever seated position feels appropriate and comfortable for you. And we'll pause here for a few breaths. So this is Jala mudra, giving you an opportunity to connect with the water element, with that sense of fluidity, ease, and creativity in your life. Just noticing how this gesture helps to channel the energy toward a sense of fluidity and ease for you. And I'll offer you an affirmation to go with this gesture. With greater fluidity of being, I flow through life with ease. With greater fluidity of being, I flow through life with ease. You're welcome to repeat that to yourself silently 3 more times. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to do that. So anytime you're feeling like you're swimming against the current, pushing against life, this is the practice for you. So you're welcome to release the gesture and coming into table position on hands and knees. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow breath, making it nice and fluid, inhaling as you tilt the head and the tailbone up, exhaling as you press the floor away. So you're welcome actually to take that movement and make it a little more fluid. So maybe making figure 8s with the hips and the shoulders, maybe momentarily coming down into child pose and scooping your way back up. So you're welcome really to make this movement whatever feels creative for you, whatever feels easy and fluid for you. As we open up in the spine, we open up in the hips, and we open up in the sense of creativity and ease and fluidity. Just flowing with whatever your body is calling for. Just allowing your body to guide you and flowing with whatever your body is presenting you. And taking 3 more cycles of breath in whatever movements you're making this. And coming back to table position. And taking the inhale here in table. Exhale into child. Inhale back into table and exhale into downward dog. So we'll make a little flow out of those movements, coordinating the breath with the movement, always inhaling in table. So inhaling into table, exhaling into child. Inhaling into table and exhaling into downward dog. Inhaling into table and exhaling into child. Inhaling into table and exhaling into downward dog. Taking that one more time, inhaling into table, exhaling into child. Inhaling into table and exhaling into downward dog, pausing here in downward dog, taking 3 cycles of breath in downward dog. Again, you're welcome to make your downward dog a little fluid, perhaps pedaling the heels toward the mat one at a time, or maybe even pulsing a little cat and cow kind of pulse in downward dog. Whatever feels creative and easeful for you. And walking your hands forward, your feet forward to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. Hands can be resting on the shins, the feet, or holding on to opposite elbows. A little sway from side to side. Just releasing any tension in the low back and connecting with that sense of fluidity and ease. And then on an inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, palms come together overhead, a little bit of back bend. And exhale, letting the arms float back down alongside your body. And coming into your standing mountain, your Tadasana here. Just feeling the feet on the floor, but keeping it soft, finding one thing to soften even as you connect with the earth element, drawing that earth energy up into your legs, and connecting with the water element. That sense of fluidity and ease, so even as you're connected, there's something you can soften. And on an inhale, crossing the right leg in front, right arm comes overhead, left arm reaches toward the ribs, a little bit of a side bend here. And inhaling through center, exhaling, taking that over to the opposite side. Inhaling through center, exhaling, stepping the right foot across the front, right arm comes over. Inhaling through center, exhaling left. Take that one more time to both sides. And coming back to center, coming back into your standing mountain. And taking the feet wide, pointing the toes out a little bit, arms come up to shoulder height, coming into 5-pointed star. So here, even in your 5-pointed star, finding one thing to soften. Softening the brow, softening the jaw. The lips gently smiling as you take a big breath in. And on your exhale, bending the elbows, bending the knees, coming into goddess. So in goddess again, keeping it a little fluid, keeping it a little soft, pressing the elbows to the back wall, and connecting with that water element, which is in your second chakra, right here in the low belly. And connecting with the goddess within you to sustain you here. And on the next inhale, straightening the arms, straightening the legs, coming back into 5-pointed star on the inhale. And on the exhale, bending the elbows and knees back into goddess. So we'll make this a little fluid. Inhaling into 5-pointed star. And exhaling into goddess. Inhaling into 5-pointed star. And exhaling into goddess. One final time, inhaling into 5-pointed star. And exhaling into goddess, pausing here for 2 cycles of breath. Feel free to keep it a little fluid, a little soft, a little creative. In fact, if you like, sweeping the arms from side to side, coming in a little closer to the ground, sweeping the fingertips along the mat as you straighten one leg and bend the other, taking that to the opposite side. Just like a river flowing along its path, meandering fluidly. Just a lovely sense of rhythm and creativity here. And gradually bringing that movement to stillness in your wide leg forward fold with both hands right underneath the forehead. And on an inhale, sweeping the right arm up toward the ceiling, coming into a twist here. And on your exhale, brushing the mat with the fingertips, inhaling into your twist. Taking that 2 more times, exhaling as you brush the mat with the fingertips, inhaling into your twist. And 1 final time, inhaling into your twist, and releasing that, taking it right on over to the opposite side. With an inhale, left hand comes to the ceiling, and exhale, brushing the mat with your fingertips. Inhaling into the twist, left fingertips to the ceiling. Exhaling, brushing the mat with the fingertips. Taking that 2 more times, inhaling into your twist, and exhaling to release. 1 final time, inhaling into the twist, softening one thing, and exhaling, coming back into your wide leg forward fold. Hands come to your hips, a little flex in the knees as you roll your way to standing. Head comes up last. Walking the feet together and taking a moment to allow yourself to receive that series of movements. And taking the hips toward the back of the room, taking the weight into your heels as though you were going to sit in an imaginary chair, bringing the arms just up to shoulder height, and we'll pause here just for 1 breath. So we're here in chair pose just for 1 breath. And straightening the legs, releasing the arms. And clasping the hands behind your back, inhaling into a back bend as you stretch the hands toward the floor. Bring the inhale into your back bend. Exhale into your forward fold. On your next inhale, unclasping your hands, coming back into that chair pose that we just did. And exhale and release, returning to standing, releasing the legs and the arms. So we'll put those movements together on the breath, creating a lovely, fluid, easy, creative flow out of it. Inhaling into the back bend, clasping the hands behind your back. Exhaling into the forward fold. Inhaling into your chair as you release the hands. Exhaling to stand. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to do that. Inhaling into the back bend. Exhaling into the forward fold. Inhaling into your chair. And exhaling to stand. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhaling into the back bend. Exhaling into the forward fold. Inhaling into your chair. And exhaling to stand. Nice and fluid, like a beautiful river flowing into a back bend. Exhaling into a forward fold. Inhaling into your chair. And exhaling as you slowly return to standing. Closing the eyes if you like, and allowing that series of movements to circulate throughout your body. Percolating in your body. And on an inhale, raising the arms overhead, palms come together, a little bit of a back bend. And exhale, coming into your forward fold. Stepping both feet back into downward dog, pausing here just for 1 breath. And then lowering the knees down onto the mat and taking the legs around, coming into a seated position with the legs extended. Coming into your staff pose here. On an inhale, raising the arms overhead as you reach for the ceiling. And on an exhale, draping the torso over the legs. Hands land wherever they land, and we'll pause here for 2 cycles of breath, letting the whole body soften. So feel free to let the legs release, let the legs soften. Let a curve come into your spine. And then slowly rolling your way up to a seated position and taking the legs wide. So taking the legs as wide as feels comfortable for you. And extending the right arm toward the right shin. So the right arm can be resting on the shin or coming onto the floor inside the knee, the forearm resting on the floor. Then rotating the left shoulder so it faces the ceiling and extending the left arm right out of the socket. So we're coming into a modified gate pose here. And if you like, taking the left arm over the left ear, adding on a side bend. And inhaling your way through center, coming right back up. And on the exhale, reaching the fingertips forward, coming into a forward fold, just to whatever point feels appropriate for you. Maybe making fists together for your forehead to rest on. And taking one more breath wherever you're at. And slowly rolling your way back up. And we'll take the gate to the opposite side so the left forearm can be resting on the shin or coming onto the floor inside the knee, rotating the torso so the right shoulder is pointing to the ceiling, then the arm comes straight out of the socket. And pausing here, or adding on a side bend by extending the right arm over the right ear. And taking one more breath wherever you're at in the pose. And inhaling your way back to center, bringing the legs together and supporting yourself, rolling your way right back down onto your back. And taking a moment to allow the whole back of your body to soften into the surface beneath you. As you feel ready, bringing your knees into your chest, the hands are resting gently on the knees and beginning to make circles with your knees. So you're drawing circles on the ceiling with your knees, massaging the whole back of the body. Nice, fluid, easy movement. Lovely way of massaging the sacrum, massaging the low back. Keeping it nice and fluid, nice and easy, not gripping the body in any way. And taking that in the opposite direction. And taking 2 more rotations in this direction. Bringing the knees back to center, giving them a gentle squeeze, extending the arms out at shoulder height and letting the bent knees fall over to the right. And you're welcome to experiment with the position of your head, just being deliberate and noticing how changing the position of your head changes the sense of ease you have in the posture as you take 2 more breaths, allowing the entire body to soften downward. Releasing any holding on of the muscles. And as you feel ready, bringing the knees back to center, you might like to gently rock a little from side to side, or you might like to let the bent knees fall right on over to the left, coming into the twist on the opposite side. So again, you're welcome to experiment with the position of your head. And then allowing the entire body to soften downward. Letting that sense of ease flow in your body. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, as you flow with the rhythms of life. And as you feel ready, bringing the knees back to center, extending the legs one at a time, coming into our final integration and relaxation, allowing the palms to turn upward, softening the palms, feeling a sense of receptivity in the palms, allowing the legs to roll outward, and allowing the entire body to soften downward into the support of the surface beneath you. Feel the fluidity of your body, the fluidity of your breath. And now live from that place of ease, as you flow through the rest of your day.